guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
Hey guys, Rocketz here again with HuddleGG. And earlier this week, I released a video on inside switch. It's probably my favorite red zone play of the year in Madden 21, but it's also awesome as a base play. And a few of you guys on that video, Lights Out and Julian Johnson, asked us to put out a full guide on bunch tight end on the website. And while I don't feel that I'm certainly not qualified to put out a full guide on the website, I do know a few things, and I can show you something else that I run out of the gun bunch tight end that is more of a base play. And the reason we call it a base play is that you can run it regardless of what coverage you're expecting. So maybe early in the game, try to feel out your opponent. You want to call a play that's going to be successful against cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, and man defense. You can kind of feel out their tendencies and gain some information. So that's what I'm going to show you guys here today. Before we jump into the tip, guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, we'd really appreciate it if you would at least consider it. We upload Madden tips almost 7 days a week, and we are confident that if you stick with us, we're going to make you a better Madden player. All right, so like I said, the play is inside switch in the gun bunch tight end. I am personally in the Seahawks playbook this year, but if that's not your thing, this play is also in the Jets, Lions, power run, also known as run heavy, and the Raiders playbook. So I'm going to call it inside switch here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up against a cover 2. And this is kind of a tip within a tip here. A lot of you intermediate to advanced players, I'm sure you know all about this, but maybe some of you beginners and maybe some even intermediate players have never heard of this. So this is a great way to test if your offensive play is really good against all cover 2s or all cover 3s or just maybe the specific one you happen to be labbing against. So what you want to do is you want to go to, select your play by concept. We're going to come down to cover 2. And then we're going to use the left bumper or L1 to select a random cover 2. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a mix of Tampa 2 with the cloud flats, cover 2 sink with soft squats, and cover 2 hard flat, so that you can really test, is this play great against all cover 2s, or is it, maybe it's just really good against Tampa 2 and that happened to be the one that you were labbing against at the time. This is going to give you a much better representation of how good your play is against a specific coverage shell. So the setup for this play is going to be the same, regardless of what you're facing, so we don't need to make any pre-snap read to guess if they're in cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, or man, and determine the setup. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hitch the inside bunch receiver, we're going to streak the middle bunch receiver, and then we're going to motion snap that post out. We're going to motion him until just about when he hits the numbers, and then we're going to snap. And the reads are kind of split on this play. I usually either look left or right. It's not really one of those where I'm, reading right then left. I am not the best player in the world, so it helps me a lot to keep my read simple. Really what I'm looking at is where is the user? If the user is going to the right, which you'll see after you run this play quite a bit, the user is going to drift to the right because that tight end route is very difficult to defend in zone. And then once I see the user going to the right, that's when I'm going to look at the left side of this play. But it's rare that I'm going to be reading, the right, 2 options there, and then back to the left and 2 options there. I just don't feel like I have the skill and the time and the pocket management to make that happen. So I like to keep it simple. So the first read on the right is going to be your halfback table route, and it's going to be there, against just about anything. It is a great route this year. And so we're going to snap, and it was actually cover 2 hard flat, so it's not there. We had to move on to the tight end read here. That's just one of those things where if it's there, it's there, and if it's not, it's not. But let's see if we can get something other than cover 2 hard flat here, and we'll see how good this table route is. So, as they're backing off, you're going to be able to hit that table route. That's a free 5. Now I'm at 10. Anytime you can take that table route really quickly in the play, it's going to get you positive yards with almost no risk. So that's the left side of the play in cover 2. So same setup. We're going to look at, or that was the right side. Now we're going to look at the left side. This hitch is going to be there all day. Low ball, possession catch. That's going to be 5 yards whenever you want it. So same setup, and we're going to look at the last read against cover 2. Motion out just before he gets to the numbers. We're just going to wait, and he's going to cross the middle of the field, and you can throw one of those diving posts, and it's actually a lot easier than most people think to trigger that animation. You're just going to throw a precision pass to about the 3 o'clock position since he's breaking from left to right, and then I'm just holding A to possession catch, and I get that nice diving animation. So we have 4 solid options against cover 2. Let's move on to cover 3. Now you're going to see why the tight end route is so special. It really didn't stand out all that much against cover 2. It will beat every cover 2 against Tampa 2. You have to let it run a little bit to get up the sideline to beat that cloud flat. but it will beat every single zone coverage in this game except cover 4 palms. That's a one exception here. And just make sure when you're calling this play that you do have the bunch wide receivers to the wide side of the field. So check this out against cover 3. We're going to look at this tight end route. Obviously, don't forget about the table route. If the table route's there, take it. A lot of times you'll find a situation where both that corner route and the table route are there. So just, looking at this table route real quick, if it's there, you want to take it. That was like a cover 3 hard flat, so it got taken away. But if you see that table route open, you just basically want to take it. It's free yards. So like right here, you see it's open. We just want to take it. We're at 10, 12 yards just on a snap throw. And that's really frustrating for an opponent because I'm sure, you guys have had that happen to you when someone just snap throwing and they're getting 10 yards. That's really frustrating, and you're going to force some adjustments to be made. So that's the right side of the play. Looking at the left side, same setup. I kind of wasn't doing the whole setup there just to focus on the important part on the right side. But on the left side, you're going to notice against cover 3, that hitch is wide open too. You can low ball, possession catch that for about 6 to 7 yards. If you want to be a little bit riskier with it, you don't have to low ball possession catch it. You can throw it to them and then maybe like rack it so you're taking off and trying to get 10 to 12. But if you want to avoid any chance at a fumble, just take your guaranteed 6. Just low ball possession catch it. You'll always get it. And then finally, that post is still there against cover 3. So check this out. So the hitch is just sitting there. Let him cross. Diving post animation that we talked about has to be user to kind of take that away, or have some kind of adjustment like a cross man or something like that where they're specifically taking that away. So this play is great both on the left side and the right side against cover 3 as well. All right, we're moving on to cover 4 here with the exact same setup as always. And if the table route is there, just take it. Like, I can't stress this enough. Anytime your opponent wants to give you that 5 to 7 yards, just take it. Like, don't make your life any more complicated than it needs to be. Take that quick dump off and, get 5 to 7 yards, maybe make someone miss and see what you can turn it into. Like, that table route is one of the best routes in all of Madden 21. So moving on here, that tight end is going to get open against cover 4 drop as well. Just going to pass lead to the sideline and possession catch it. On the left side of the field, that hitch, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be wide open again. Wait till he turns, low ball, possession catch it. If you feel it risky and you want more yards, go ahead and rack it. See what you can do with it. And then this post is the window's the tightest against cover 4, so you have to be pretty precise when you throw it and try to get that diving animation. But you have 3 other good options. Like, you can wait till he crosses and then possession catch it just like that, or go for that diving animation. It's there, it's just tighter, and the other reads on this play are just so much more open that against cover 4, I found myself most of the time honestly taking the table route, and if that's not open, hitting the tight end. So those are your reads against cover 4. Let's move on to man coverage. So as you're going to see here with the same setup, the right side of the field just isn't as effective against man as it is against zone. You can still kind of throw this table route, as you'll see right here. Wait till he cuts, rack it. It's about 5 to 6 yards. You're not going to get the 10, 15 plus usually that you see against zone coverage unless he's going to get picked, something like that. So table route's there. It's just not going to be as effective as you're probably used to. The corner route really comes down to the matchup here, right? If you're a tight end going up against a linebacker, if you're playing Mutt and you have an amazing, tight end and you can beat your linebacker, that's going to be open. But if you're kind of losing that matchup battle, you're just going to lose that tight end corner route. So against man coverage, the left side of the field actually performs a lot better. So you're going to notice that the hitch route is going to be there. Let him turn, low ball, possession catch it. That's a free 5 to 6 yards, even though he's got a man defender right on his back. You're going to be able to throw that for, 5 yards whenever you want it. And then finally, just let this post run across. He's going to beat his man, especially if you have something like route technician, or if the guy, is winning the route running battle versus the man coverage here. He's going to get open as he crosses the field. So again, you have the options both on the right and left. Against man coverage, I tend to find that I'm having better success on the left side of the field than I am on the right side of the field. Well, there you go, guys. As I showed you, this base play works against cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, and man defense. It's a great play to call early in the game so you can keep getting positive yards while you're learning your opponent's tendencies. Let's say you figure out that they want to run a ton of cover 3. Well, while you're gaining that information, while picking up 5 to 10 yards, maybe 20 yards at a time, you're going to be able to mix in that bomb and hit them over the top for a one-play score. So definitely mix this into your offense if you're in any of the playbooks so you can find it. And if you're looking for maybe a more complete scheme, strongly recommend going to check out the website, www.huddle.gg. If you're in the Seattle playbook like me, we have the gun wing slot offset from AntCap and Seattle's ace personnel offense, also from AntCap. Really, really fun. And then we have, let's say you're running this play out of the Raiders playbook. We have the Taylor Gang Trey Y Flex out of that book as well. And again, you get everything on the website for the $9.95 subscription. Strongly recommend you guys check that out if you want to take your game to the next level. Appreciate you guys sticking around in this video, and I will see you next time.